many people in here take election integrity seriously? Like, that's a serious, wow, oh man. How many of you in here have heard of the Securing America's Elections Act? This side of the room wins. The Securing America's Elections Act is a legislation that was introduced by none other than Tulsi Gabbard that uses a combination of voter-verified paper ballots alongside open-source blockchain software. So even if you did try to rig it, we would be able to catch you and track you. How do you think that sounds on a debate stage next to Donald Trump? It's crazy because, you know, apparently Russia literally stole the world from us in 2016, right? So you would figure election integrity would be a much more important issue. But it's not. But she knows it is. After she gets one delegate here, and she will get her delegate on, you'd be lucky if she don't win first place, so they would. But she's back on that debate stage while the world is watching, where she gets to talk about her Securing America's Elections Act every single time they talk about the problem with absolutely no solution beside it. How many of you are concerned with climate change? Woo, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all don't want global warming? You sure? Y'all been outside? Okay, I was kind of cheering for global warming for a second, but I didn't think I liked global warming until I came to New Hampshire for the first time. How many of you have ever heard of the Off Fossil Fuels Act? Man, you got some educated people in this crowd, okay. The Off Fossil Fuels Act is a piece of legislation, the most aggressive piece of climate change legislation that have ever been introduced, not only in the United States, but around the world. It was endorsed by over 400 climate and environmental organizations. Do you know when Tulsi introduced that legislation? For everyone who has said, climate change can't wait, it can't wait, oh, you hear that 50 times a debate, right? It's the most important issue. So why didn't any of these candidates, who are the majority of them are in the House or in the Senate, why didn't they co-sign the legislation that Tulsi introduced in 2017? Why are we seeing this pattern of Tulsi being ahead on every single issue? I know impeachment is a contentious issue. Donald Trump has absolutely done impeachable things. But ladies and gentlemen, he committed a war crime. And guess who was the only one who tried to, she said, we need to censor him because he's committing war crimes. Yeah, we're going to worry about this stuff over here, though. But can we at least talk about the war crime? No, we're going to talk about the stuff over here. And while everyone was playing partisan political games, kind of like New Hampshire, Tulsi said, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to be the adult in the room. And now the Democrats who backed that just took part in a 49% approval rating now after impeachment that Tulsi tried to prevent. That's one of the reasons I think that Tulsi's message resonates so much with people in New Hampshire. Because when everyone says, you better go right, you better go right, you better go right, you showed, even if as recently as 2016, New Hampshire gonna do what the hell they wanna do. Am I, give yourselves a hand, am I wrong? And I can tell you from personal experience, Tulsi hard-headed like y'all. And she's gonna do what she wants to do, but the thing is, she always wants to do what's best for you. Regardless of whether or not Fox News attacks her, CNN attacks her, MSNBC attacks her, when people don't stand up for her, and listen, y'all have seen Tulsi stands up for everybody and anybody, as long as it's the right thing to do. And the people don't come to her aid, and yet she still continues to do the right thing. Is that not what we want as president? Not somebody who does the right thing because it's popular, but because it's the right thing to do. That's why she's suppressed. That's why they want her off the debate stage, but they're perfectly fine with Bloomberg being on the debate stage, huh? Crazy. Tulsi, you need to get like $1 billion in your account. Maybe we can work something out. But trust me when I say, this is not a zero-sum game, ladies and gentlemen, and the elections are much different than they used to be. New Hampshire has huge implications on the rest of this race. The world is just discovering who Tulsi Gabbard is. And after she gets a delegate, just one, she's back on the debate stage, answering and holding people accountable for everything that I just talked about tonight. And while the world is just learning about Tulsi Gabbard, everybody using all their corporate money to back their campaigns that only got corporate money because they thought that they were viable candidates, Well, those corporations are going to trying to figure out, if you're so viable, how come you couldn't beat Tulsi Gabbard in New Hampshire? And they're going to, as Tulsi's trajectory goes up. So you do have a very important choice to make on Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. You can vote for the candidate you think might win, or you can do what New Hampshire has always done, and you can do what Tulsi Gabbard has always done, and you can make the right decision and be a part of history. And with that being said, I would like to introduce the first millennial who will be president of the United States of America, the first major, not kind of went to the green zone one time while I was in the intelligence community and I know so much about Afghanistan now. And no, I'm talking about actual major. The only member here who had Tulsi, can I say balls? The balls to go to Syria and not say Assad, where you live at so we could bomb you, but instead said, matter of fact, she didn't even talk to Assad first. She went to the people like she's doing right now. And she said, I want to know how to stop your pain. Tulsi did that. She wasn't scared of Assad. Come on, it's Tulsi. Y'all seen her? You see her MMA? You think she's scared of Assad? Assad real buttoned up. I don't think he can handle Tulsi even if he wanted to. She wasn't scared of Putin. She wasn't scared of Hillary. Even when did y'all see that interview with Tulsi? She said, the Clintons don't scare me. And some of you may not even know this, but even Van Jones said once upon a time before Tulsi stood up to the Democratic Party, she was the anointed one. She was being prepared to be the next quote unquote Hillary Clinton, but even more electable than anybody else. And guess what? She gave it all up for you.